Hey, this is Anderson. I want to talk to you about your physics research project. I've given you this timeline, and the main date right now that we're focused on is the finalizing of your topic and your mentor choice, and that's due November 29th, 2011. You really need to be thinking about, from our roundtable discussion, is this a topic that I'm interested in? Is it something I want to do the rest of the year? So you need to finalize that topic, and if you don't like it, you need to change it. So we've gotten some good feedback from your peers during that roundtable discussion. They've added some variables that you might be able to add to your project or change, so those are some ideas to be thinking about. The next thing is determining your mentor. This is a person that's knowledgeable in your field, someone that may be interested in your field. So a teacher, an FFA leader, a 4-H leader, rancher, farmer, engineers, any of those kind of people. Someone that's knowledgeable that you could sit down and talk about your project with. The next thing, we've begun our literature review. So right now you're formulating some high-power questions that you can use to find information about your topic. So you'll be using many questioning strategies, research strategies to help you formulate a proposal for your project, and we've begun that work already. So we're going to take baby steps to get that information collected, and your note-taking strategies for that information will come into play here in a bit. But finding papers that are really going to help you with your project. So if you're interested in seeing a literature review, like you have no idea what one looks like, okay, don't hesitate to ask. I've already written a couple of them, so I have some good examples that you could use. The next thing, peer and self-assessments. This is one of the most important things when you're going through the scientific process. You will have your draft proposals, and they will be evaluated using an inquiry, skill, and questioning rubric. So you're going to have these reviews so that you can make adjustments to your literature review before you submit it for your 5% of your final grade. Your project proposal paper, which is due in January, is worth 5% of your final exam grade, and this proposal will be part of your final paper due at the end of April. So we're taking those baby steps. This is one step. The data collection checks will be during second semester, so you'll actually have 3 data collection checks. And during that time, you'll sit down with me one-on-one. We'll conference about your project. We'll look at your physics research journal, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But we're really going to be working through the information that you've already collected. The draft papers, you're going to have 2 more peer and self-assessment reviews for those to make sure that your paper is really finalized. I don't want you to have to turn in something that hasn't been peer reviewed and checked. I want to make sure that you have all the information that you need. Okay, due dates for that are listed on the timeline. The final paper, which is due the end of April, April 30th, I believe, okay, will consist of these sections: the background section, the literature review, focus questions, methodology sections, your data analysis interpretation section, which is going to be done during the second semester, your conclusions, and appendices and bibliographies. So make sure as you're working through your literature reviews that you're really focusing on collecting all of the information that you have used to write your literature reviews. So your bibliography will be very important at this point. The virtual poster, here is an example. This person has put a title, they put their name, a synopsis of each of your sections of your paper will go on this poster. So if someone were to read your poster, they would just get a little bit of information. And if they're interested about it, then they go read your paper. So you're going to have a virtual poster, and you'll probably use this when you present in your symposium. Talking about symposium, you're going to present your project to your peers, teachers, community, and this is going to be done during the evening, either the 3rd or 4th week in May. So you're going to be the expert in your project. You're going to know what happened. So you're going to be explaining your data, your conclusions to these people. And this is one of the most important pieces in the scientific process. If you have any further questions on your project, like I said, we're going to go baby step by step with this project just to really help you get a final paper. But if you have any further questions, please let me know.